What is going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Happy Friday night. Get my lights fixed. Didn't realize I didn't do that. As you can see, this is an improp prop stream. Uh, I just decided to do it now. All right, we are live. Everything's looking good. Appreciate everybody that's here coming in. Let's talk about it. A lot going on today. Was supposed to have a preview show of WrestleMania, but that is going to happen tomorrow night. Uh, tomorrow night, Saturday. After the first night, we'll talk about it. We'll go live, talk about what happened um, in WrestleMania. Also talk about um, you know anything else you guys want to talk about, and then Sunday we will be doing a tailgate around 1:30, 1:45. Have a lot of cool people coming by just to do that. So I know it's Friday and this is more sports, but we're gonna go ahead and hit you with that late night with Suge Night opening. So let's get it going.
Live from LA like the Lakers with a late show. Home of the Dodgers where the palm trees grow. Feeling like Ben Roethlisberger when he went pro. With my stellar fans and everybody, let's go. Magic in the gathering for the ones that don't know. Late night with Suge, y'all turn into the show.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday night. Hope you are having a great night. We are here to talk women's Final Four games today. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I want to hang out and talk about. We're gonna just hang out. I'm you know, the Friday night. So since it's Friday, give me a cold one. See if anybody stops by. I did send the link to some friends. I do have a friend in the house, actually physically. That's my good friend Brandon Buck. He's hanging out. We're here chilling. Just got finished watching Iowa versus UConn. Going to talk about that and that controversy. Going to talk about South Carolina versus NC State. And whatever else you guys want to talk about. I know, it's Friday night, so appreciate everybody that's hanging out here. Hope you're having a good night. So let's get into it. Big Reg in the house. What's up, Big Reg? How you doing, sir?
All that was a foul. What he says.
How you doing, sir? We are chilling. You can hear Buck in the background. Yeah, and it's a Big Reg. Oh yeah, Big Reg is a UConn fan. He is a big time UConn fan. So I want to hear his thoughts and what he has. Honestly, I am pissed. I mean, Big Reg, you got here. I'll just put the link in the chat. You come on if you want to talk about it. You got something to say, buddy? Come on in. Unless you tired. I understand you're tired, but it's in the general chat in LBHT. So let me know if you want to stop by. All right. So, cheers. Happy Friday. So let's talk about it. Iowa versus UConn. Number 1 Iowa versus UConn. This number 3 UConn Huskies. Paige Beckers versus Caitlin Clark. And let's just get right into it. It came down to a call, and Big Red is saying a bad call, which it's not a bad call. It's a foul. You stick out your elbow and you lean into it. That's a foul. Like, I don't know what else you want to, like, it's clearly a foul. And for people to sit there and say, well, it shouldn't be called um, with 9 seconds left in the game. So then what's the point of calling fouls? We're not going to call them. It's a foul. She got fouled. She did stick out her elbow, though, Reg. Like, I see you have the video in the general chat. Hold up. Or it was in let me get to the video. So doing a little pre-production work here. Give me 1 second. I should have done this already because I knew this was going to come up, but I just was like, ah. Oh, oh. Give me 1 second. Actually, because I want to be able to stop it for you. Second. I didn't even think about that. Let me move this real quick. So over here. Okay. Okay. So let me get this set up for you real quick. All right. All right, Reg. So right here, you clearly see her elbow is sticking out. So I'm not sure at her body. Then the girl flaps. Clearly, okay. So they're clearly wrong, and we can take it back a little bit. Okay, slow motion, fighting over the screen, fighting over the screen, fighting over the screen. Elbow comes up. That is not Reg. That is not at her body. Her elbow is literally up in her chest of the Iowa player. How is that at her body? How is that at her body, Reg? Her elbow. Here's even a better shot, Reg. The elbow, nowhere near her right elbow is absolutely at her body. You're 100% right there. That the left is not. It is up in her chest as she's leaning in. Right there, man. Right in her chest. You have to this idea that you don't make calls, you shouldn't call certain fouls at certain times of the game is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that is even talked about. Diana Taurasi was on after the game and she says that's a horrible call. You can't make that call. What is the point of then calling fouls if we're just not going to make calls? If we're literally just not going to make calls, what is the point? Again, you look at her right arm. If her right arm stayed like that, I 100% would agree with you. But look where her hand is right here. Her hand is going to her gut as the elbow comes up. Now you would say, well, homegirl's arm brought her elbow up. Her arm is inside here. Her arm is inside her arm. So not only is she throwing an elbow, but her arm is holding on to this arm. Clearly a foul. Look where her arm is. If her arm was here, I would agree with you. I'm like, you know, Reg, you're right. Bad call. Her arm is way up here, not even close to her body, and she sticks out the elbow. Elbow sticking out. Clear as day. Look, her if this elbow is down here like this, the right arm is, I would 100% agree with you. So, yep, you're absolutely right. That is a bad call. Her elbow is literally up in her chest, was up in her chest, and is pointing out. Why is her elbow not like this on the right hand side? Why is her elbow not in her body? Because it's a foul. You have to make that call. You have to make that call. You can't. You just you can't say it's not a foul. You have to make that call. We can't sit here and say, "Oh, we expect refs to make the calls," and then say, "Well, last 9 seconds, can't don't make that call, please." You have to make that call. It's a foul. It's an offensive foul, and everybody's screaming that it's not. I'd love for you to show me where there's not an offensive foul. I see people saying they're flopping, and then people see the replay and they say, "Whoa, yeah, yeah, that looks like a foul," but then you don't want it called. You don't want that call made. Why? Because I guarantee turn off the fan because it's getting cold. I guarantee you, if that call was for Connecticut versus Iowa, nobody would have a problem with it. Nobody would have a problem with it. But let's go to the box score. Edwards had 17. Becker's had 17. Arnold had 14. You go down to Iowa. Stolk, I think Stolke had 23. Caitlin had 21. Martin had 11. Marshall had 5. And 3 points from the bench. He got 7 points from the bench for the Huskies. Martin had some big shots. Really big shots toward the end of the game. Couple fadeaways. She had a very costly turnover that led to a 3 point pointer that could have easily been avoided. She got the ball poked away and it started going past half court, and she thought it was going to be a backcourt violation. She threw the ball away, and she didn't have to do that. She could have gathered the ball because it was poked out of her hands, and then um, took it to the front court. Now time would have been low, so you're going to have to do something with it. Like she didn't. She didn't have to turn the ball over like that, and that was almost costly. Another costly mistake. Caitlin Clark misses the free throw, and you don't get a rebound. Rebound, ball comes off the iron. They miss the rebound. They're able to get the ball. They go to take it out. Caitlin throws it off Becker's back because Becker's is facing away from her. And that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that. I just go, Beckers should absolutely Caitlin Clark should absolutely throw it off her back. And I actually thought grab it and score, but she let it roll out. And so, you know, it's a tough loss. it's a tough loss for UConn. I understand the frustration. You were up 12 at half. Um, I'm sorry, you were up 32, 26. You're up 6 at half at one point, being up 12 into the third quarter. But Iowa outscored you 25 to 19 in the third quarter, 20 to 18 in the fourth quarter. People may want to talk about the disparity in free throws. Um, I didn't see a lot from UConn going to the hole. Now, if you want to say that they missed, they missed calls for Edwards, okay. Um, I don't really see Edwards. She got a lot of good looks, missed a lot of missed shots. Beckers missed some close ups. Um, but I didn't see a lot of inside presence that would cause for them to get, you know, three throws. Now, Stokely had five out of seven. Caitlin Clark was 4 out of 5, and that was it. 1 for 2 from a falter, and that was it. You know, Paige lived outside. She didn't really drive to the hole. She shot 8 threes. They shot the same amount of threes. Um, 8 for 25 for UConn, 7 for 25 for Iowa. If you want to talk about where you see disparity, rebounds, Iowa was up 8. Defensive rebounds, UConn only got 23. Iowa got 26. UConn got a lot of steals and was turning the ball over, but they also gave a lot of turnovers. 14 turnovers for them. So, I mean, if you're UConn and you're going in up 6, I said at the beginning of the first quarter, I didn't think UConn looked great, to be honest with you. Yeah, they were hitting shots, they were defending Caitlin Clark, um, but all of Iowa was missing shots, easy buckets. Caitlin was missing frees, and it just didn't look, you know, it looked like had that been like LSU, Iowa's probably out of that game. LSU's probably up like 15 points at least, minimum to a double digit lead going into the half. The way Iowa's playing, but they crawled back into it. UConn shot 46%. Iowa shot 45.8. 32% from threes for UConn. And so I think a lot of people are just gonna really look at the three throws and that foul, and really just not give Iowa credit, because Iowa really, they really came back in that second half. Now, we want to be a conspiracy theorist and say, "Oh, you know, NCAA is trying to make money. They rigged it." Okay, cool. They rigged it. They rigged the missed shots by UConn. You know, they missed. They rigged all that. If that's what you want to say, and right now you can even see it. Paige Beckers is at the podium. She says everybody can make a big deal out of one single play, but not one single play wins the basketball game. There was a lot of mistakes that I made. She admits it, and you know, they he understands that she made mistakes, and I think that if anybody is watching this game, you understand that if they don't have that big of you know turnovers and things like they probably win this game. But I said it, they weren't playing well. They weren't playing, you know, and that could be you can attest to that as being a you know injuries, things like that. But you look at that score at halftime, and it's 32-26. You're up six. You know, when 6-7 Cardos whoops Stokey's ass this Sunday, it's going to be different. Hey, it might be. It might be. I think watching and listening to everybody, how Iowa won last year is, they were able to put pressure with their 3 pointers, things like that, and it looks like South Carolina has fixed that problem. They had obviously the inside presence, but now they have the shooters outside, and they run a more traditional sizes, 3 guards, a forward and a center, as where um, UConn and Iowa were running 4 guards and a forward. So you know now South Carolina hit eight of 19 threes. They don't take as many as Iowa, but they do hit, and they took a good amount. Sorry, my eyes are for some reason hurting. I don't know why. Um, Not a lot of 3 throws, and clearly, you know, South Carolina 37-0. You know, they only got to the line 4 times, yet they hit all four. 42% from three, 50% field goals. You know, so this is going to be a big deal. Obviously, it's just they got the South Carolina has the size. They absolutely have the size to deal with Iowa. Um, to me, I think Caitlin, she played at the second half was good. The first half was horrible, but she had some help, and that's what's going to come down to. If you look at the you know South Carolina game, which was a blowout, 19-point game, so starters were able to get in. Or sorry, the bench was able to get in. But you look at starters, you had 22, 13, and 10, and then 3 and 0. So yeah, I mean, size and depth matters, yeah, and South Carolina has that. They do have size, and they have you know, I don't know how much of the four players that played tonight are rotation players, but they got some decent points. A guard gave him 9, someone else gave him 8, 6, 7. So that, like you said, Jay, that matters. Size, uh, depth does matter because we all know. Now, my question to you is, and shout out to the homie Ferris because he always says this. UConn's always going to play defense, and they play defense on Caitlin Clark tonight. Can South Carolina play that kind of defense on her? Is the question. Can they have somebody get her under control like uh, the guard from UConn did? Because she controlled Caitlin for that first half. Caitlin was missing shots, but Caitlin was getting frustrated and couldn't get free. Does South Carolina have that ability? Because what beats size is outside shooting. You can have all the size in the world, but if you're able to hit from the outside, size don't matter. So that I get size matters, but if I was hitting threes, what does that size do? Brings them away from the basket. Then what? You get to the hole, you get to the rack. So That is the question. Does South Carolina have somebody that can be on Caitlin the way UConn was, where they can switch with Paige, the other guard, and be on Caitlin, frustrate her, make her turn over the ball, things like that. If they can do that, then yeah, they're gonna win. Or you let her go off and you control everybody else. She gets 40, but you as a team gets 50, 60, and nobody else on her team gets above 10 points. Then yeah, so that's gonna be the thing, and we know the coach for South Carolina is a great coach, Don Staley. I believe it's Don Staley. If I'm wrong, I pronounce it wrong, I apologize. But you know, Don Staley. Sorry, Don, not Don, Don. But I mean, it's just this whole idea that just fouls shouldn't be called is ridiculous. Like I just like give a just a bigger just give like a reason why you think a call shouldn't be made at the end of a game. If it's a foul, it's a foul. It doesn't matter if you don't like the call. If you did like the call, like again, I'll say it. If that had happened to Iowa, people would be, oh yeah, you gotta make that call. Like it's just because people are hating on Iowa that they're upset about this call. You know, if it's any other team, everybody would be happy about it, or they would just be like, okay. But you know, but it is what it is. And I'm reading some of the comments under the uh Paige Becker's stuff, and we got a guest coming in, and I know he's coming in hot because he's got opinions, and I'd love to hear them. Shout out to my man Ferris. Ferris, how you doing tonight? Happy Friday. You're muted. Hold up. He's gonna fix it.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. What's going on, Ferris? How you doing tonight, sir?
Good. Just watching some WWE Hall of Fame speeches.
Yep, I heard Paul Heyman gave a really good one.
Yeah, I'm halfway through his.
You're halfway through his? Okay. So all right, let's hear it, Ferris. What's your thoughts on this controversial play between the Huskies and the Hawkeyes?
I don't think it was a foul. She like people are looking at the angle where like her legs are like really wide and we're like, oh, she's moving. But like when she's about to hit her, her legs are wide, but her legs are stationary.
Mhm.
Right? They're wide but stationary. Just because they have a wide base doesn't mean like they're pretty wide, but they're not moving. They're stationary. And there is always people are like, oh, but she moved. Yeah, there is definitely a move when she hits the upper body of Aaliyah Edwards. The upper body is expected to move.
Yeah.
Like you're running into she's running into you. You're setting a screen and you're going to be running to. They always look at is the bottom of their feet moving.
Mm-hmm.
Her feet were not moving. They were stationary. They were wide, but they were stationary. It's not a foul. And a lot of people nowadays, they do their screens like this and, to protect their chest. So they do this. NBA players do it. College basketball players do it. So this is her having her hands like this is not a foul because she's setting a screen. Just her feet are wide. It's not a foul. It's not a foul, in my opinion.
Gotcha. So the only thing I disagree with you is her hands. So I have the video. I'll have it up if you want to watch it. We can watch it. But her right arm is down by her body, perfectly in screening position. But her left comes up, and then the elbow comes.
Yeah, it's like
I
this.
don't think
it's like this, right?
But the elbow comes out into into the Iowa player's chest. So,
No,
I mean,
I just think he's over there. No, because her it does move because Gabby Marshall hits the elbow. It's not, she didn't stick the elbow out. It moved because Gabby Marshall hit it.
well, let's go on replay. So here we go. Oh, so right here, Ferris. This is where I don't agree with you. So the
Gabby,
elbow's coming up. No, but her arm is here. Edwards' arm is coming under hers, lifting her
no,
arm.
it's over hers. It's over hers.
No.
So Gabby's over Edwards' arm. So it's coming
No.
over Edwards' arm. So Gabby's already over the arm.
Edwards' arm is coming up. You can see it right here. So she's flying through the screen. The Iowa player's arm is down.
Like this.
And no, but watch her arm. Her arm comes up, and the elbow comes out right there.
I don't think it's coming out. I think it's not even that out. It's not that much out.
Well, look at this right arm right here. Why is the right arm down, but the left arm is up?
Yeah, it's like this. It's like this. So she's overlapping it. She's not like this. She's overlapping it. So that's why the right arm is tucked in, because it's not the outside part. The outside part, of course, is going to be outside. Like here, to create more space, you got to be stationary. You got to be stationary, but you can be a little like extended to create more space. She has to create more space that Gabby has to go around. It's not, she's creating more space with that arm, and it's hit. The reason it's moving because it's being hit by Gabby Marshall. Gabby Marshall's hitting her arm.
I disagree with you. So again, see, but look at her right arm. Her arm even here is coming up.
That's her left.
Yeah, that's her left arm. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Her left arm is coming up. The right arm is down. Her left arm is coming up. The left arm is up. So her right arm is down and her left arm is up.
Yeah.
I don't think. I see, and even here with the follow through, her elbow's out. Her right elbow's down. So if this arm was down here, I would 100% agree. Bad call. But the elbow's out.
Yeah, because Marshall hits her body. It's the way the body moved.
Yeah, but if you hit somebody's body, Ferris, if you hit the shoulder,
that's what a screen is. That's what a screen is. It's upper
body
contact.
Okay, but yes, I understand that. But if you hit the body, the elbow's not going to pop up like this. The elbow, if you hit the body this way, the elbow's going to pop out like this. It's going to pop backwards.
But it depends on body motion of the player, of the way.
That's true. True.
Because I don't think it goes egregiously out. I think it. It's just moving. It's not moving like egregiously. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like. She's stationary on the bottom part. It's wide, but she's stationary, and she hits it.
Ferris is biased. His ass was sucking Yukon Sports all night long.
That's what happens, man. Hey, man, he's still a little mad that Yale beat Auburn in the NCAA tournament.
Bro, that girl is like a quarter of the size of the other one, and she ain't got to go affecting shit. Come on, yeah, and so a lot of people
just because she's a guard doesn't mean she does. She's going the guard, the forward stationary, and the guard's having a running start. So it's definitely going to affect the forward setting the screen.
I agree with that. Yeah. I just think that the way the elbow came out, it looks like she stuck out the elbow. Now, whether you think it's a foul or not, it's a judgment call.
Yeah.
My issue is when people say this whole, well, you shouldn't be making that call at the end of the game. So what's the point of
having fouls, period.
Exactly.
No, you're right. I agree with you. I think Bradney brought up when James Bradbury grabbed Juju Smith-Schuster in that Super Bowl. He grabs him. If it's second quarter with 8 minutes left, they're calling pass interference. But just because it's the fourth quarter with 2.5 with a minute left, you can't call that? How about don't commit pass interference?
Exactly.
You got to call the game the same,
or
you know what I mean?
Or you don't like, you try to like not commit that foul. Like, again, Iowa player trying to get over the top, to get the page, to not let her hit a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's a tough call. I'm not gonna sit here and go, oh well, no, that's just the right call. It's a tough call because it's a judgment. Did she stick out her elbow? Was she moving? You know, things like that. And the ref just felt like that's what it was. You know, and but the people that are screaming online right now, oh, you can't make that call. You know, Dana Taurasi said that. Oh, you can't make that
Yeah,
call.
you have to make that call because you've been calling the game that way the entire time. I just don't think they were calling that they hadn't called an illegal screen all game.
Yeah, they had
So
us
like
call the
they
illegal
didn't
screen
call a
all game.
single illegal screen all game, and then out of nowhere it's an illegal screen.
I'll
You
take
know what I
okay,
mean?
so I'll take that argument. I'll take that argument
That's
if
what
you
I'm
want to
saying.
say, hey,
Like, yeah, like UConn was screening the entire game. They double screened Page to get open more than once. So you think so? Aaliyah's been screening a certain way all game. So out of nowhere towards the end of the game, she just completely doesn't know how to screen. Come on,
that see
you know what I
so
mean?
that argument's a better argument right there if
Yeah,
you want to make that. That's a better
mm,
argument.
that's
You
in my
know.
opinion.
Oh, someone using the old shut up bears. I haven't been nobody's seen that in a while.
I don't even know who that
Um
is.
I don't know. They just followed. I appreciate the
Shout out to you,
follow.
Kaylee,
Kaylee,
or
appreciate it.
they, wherever you
Ex Kaylee. Now South Carolina on the other side
just
looked
beat the
just
living.
dominant.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was tied going into half,
Hmm.
and in the third quarter they went on a 29-6 run the entire quarter,
Yeah.
and then the game was over by then.
Yeah.
It was over. And
And
Camila Cardoso got injured, and people were like, "Oh, how are they going to react?" Her backup played well. Fagan played great, and that's the thing. Like that's when I knew it didn't matter who won the Iowa UConn game. They weren't going to win the national title because
I disagree. What's the one thing that takes care of size first in
speed,
basketball? Speed and what else?
shooting.
Shooting.
But here's the thing, Suge. South Carolina has shooting.
That's the difference from last year. They didn't
That's the
have that kind
difference.
of
Yeah,
shooting.
that's why I
That is
think. Yeah,
but can they shoot like that in this game? Now they've been able to. Let's
yes,
see if
true.
they can continue. You know, and even tonight, Iowa didn't look good shooting.
No, they didn't.
For the first half.
And they're going up against a
But
team that only dressed 8 and played 6 for most of the game. You know, like Paige Buckers played 40 minutes tonight, I think. She didn't come out the game. Like,
I don't think she came out of the game.
Yeah, so in South Carolina, they dress 12 and they run 8 to 9 deep. You know,
Yeah,
like
I think they ran 9 tonight.
so Tihana Pau didn't have a good game, but she's a body that they could send out. Malisha Fulwiley can be sent after Caitlin. Ashley Watkins can be sent after Caitlin. Ashlyn Watkins. Tessa Johnson, Raven Johnson, Bria Hall.
That was my question to you, Ferris. Tonight we saw I believe her name was Maui, the girl from UConn, Mui, Nancy Mui, or let me see, the guard. Nakia Mui.
Nika Mull. Nika Mull.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
number 10.
I was completely
Yeah.
butchering that.
Yeah.
She
94
shadowed
feet.
and shut
94
shadowed and shut down Caitlin for that first half, and even in parts of the fourth, she was able to. She got
Yeah,
a
she
big
was.
steal and things like that. Does South Carolina have someone that can do that?
Yes.
Because
They have like 3.
they have 3. Okay,
They have 3.
so if they're able to do that, I don't know if Iowa's other players can. You know, Stokey tonight played well. You know,
Yeah,
she did what she was supposed to.
Yeah, she was.
I think she did more than what she was supposed to, because
Well, yeah, she was supposed to
getting some-
dominate. You know, UConn runs 4 guards. So there was going to be a time where she's going to be guarded by a guard on mismatches when they put Aaliyah Edwards in pick and roll, and she dominated the small lineup of UConn. But she can't do that against South Carolina because South Carolina has bigs, and they have a big that's going to make her look small because Camila Cardoso is 6'7", got Fagan coming off the bench, Chloe Kitts. So it's, that's what's gonna happen. O'Grady for Iowa didn't really play a lot this game, but she has to play more in the next game because Haley can't go against Chloe Kitts, Fagan, Camila Cardoso by herself. It can't be 3-on-1. You got to have O'Grady to come and help her out. You know, that's what I'm saying. And then same with the guards, you had Gabby Marshall, Kate Martin. They're good guards. They're phenomenal. They're a great team. But Ashlyn Watkins, whatever you want to call it, Bree Hall, Malisha Fulwiley, Tess Johnson, Raven Johnson, Tihani Pau. She's kind of going through a little struggle patch. She's a little cold, but shooters in basketball, Suge. One game, you cold, and then boom, boom.
Yeah.
You 6 for 7 from 3. You know what I mean? It happens. It's gonna happen. We're gonna see how
No, I totally agree with you because it looks like South Carolina is the team. They just look at it. Now we had this last year, and I was able to beat them. Now it's not the same team, but
they didn't have shooting last year.
They didn't have shooting, but Iowa can have the mentality of look, they were better than us last year. We beat them. Does Dawn? Does she now change up her? Because she knows what Caitlin can do. She's seen it, did it to her. What does she do now? How does she go about getting one of her players ready to say, look, you're going to have to either because it looks like to me, Ferris, and I think you agree with this, Caitlin's going to have to go like score 42. Yep. 42, 15 assists to win this game.
Yeah.
I just think she's going to have the game.
Or they could, or South Carolina could do, the old trick of let Caitlin drop 40, let her drop 40, and everyone else don't play nothing.
Yeah, if South Carolina keeps every other player under 8 points and Caitlin goes for 48, I think South Carolina wins that game.
Oh yeah, 110%. 110%. It happens all the time.
And so now Caitlin goes out there, puts on a performance, and beats this team.
Get 40, 15. South Carolina, here's the thing about South Carolina, man. They were beating the brakes off of teams this year. People sure, you know what the closest game they ever played, I think, this year was? The 3-pointer when Camila Cardoso hit that 3. I think they were blowing teams out by double digits left and right. And then they were against Tennessee in that conference semifinal where they only won by 3. I think that was their closest game. They was beating teams left and right because they're a team,
I think they only won by 2 in that game because they hit the 3 to win the game.
3 to win, yeah.
Yeah, so Tennessee was up.
Yeah, because they only won by 1 then. Yeah. See, like that was the in the tournament, games ended by the third quarter. You're like, oh yeah, game's over. And in the fourth quarter, there was nothing. But not a lot of teams have Caitlin Clark on their team, but still,
But she's gonna have to have a performance. She's not gonna be able to go play the way she did tonight. Like she had a great third quarter, but she's gonna have to, in order for them not to, she's gonna have to have a great first quarter and a great fourth quarter. Like she can be subpar in the middle, but if she's getting the ball to her teammates and they're scoring, they can hang in there. And then their defense, they play the most zone against any team in. But the problem is what beats the zone? Size.
3-point shooting too. Yeah. Inside, high, low. Like the high post, Camila Cardoso, high post. And I think that's what South Carolina saw last year. They realized we don't have shooting. Don said it was we don't really have shooting. And then boom, they went out and got Tihani Pau. They recruited Tessa Johnson, very solid 3-point shooters. Raven Johnson's playing more minutes, solid 3-point shooter. And you give them some space. And here's the thing too, Suge. Iowa had their hands down a lot against UConn. And UConn hit some threes.
They did.
They did. Nakia Muller, KK Arnold, when they were given space, Ashton Shade, they hit threes when they were given space. So you can't be lazy with your hands and hands down, man's down. You know what I mean?
Absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. They were hitting a lot of threes, especially in that first quarter. Now
my beard is glistening. Nice. Sorry.
I know you're a UConn fan, but you're up to what went wrong for UConn? Do you blame it on the fouls? Because they were up to 12 at one point, I think through the third quarter. No, you're up 12. You're good, and I said it earlier. The one thing you've always said is UConn's going to play defense, and they were playing good defense. what went wrong? Like
Oh
what
yeah,
happened?
yeah. See, the team's only dressing 8. They only played 6. Like Ice Brady was the one coming in and out of the game for Aaliyah, for either KK Arnold or Aaliyah Edwards. They're not a deep team, so you get them in foul trouble. You change the, because like when you get fouls, you can't play defense because you gotta give so much space, so because you're scared that even if you give them a little body, you may get called for a foul. So there was one play where Aaliyah Edwards got her second foul, and she just stood her hands up, and she just like kind of like just kind of slid with Haley. Is it? I think is it? No, it's Hannah, right? It's Hannah or
I think
Haley.
maybe
Um,
Hannah. It's one of the
um
two, Haiti or Hannah.
Skokie,
So yeah,
Skokie, like the
yeah,
big the
Skokie.
Iowa. So she just let Skokie just run around her because she was like, I can't get I can't get a third foul.
Yeah,
Because if
Hannah.
because there's only 2 big women on, they only dress 2 big women because their big women are injured. All of them, like they're all injured. There's only Aaliyah Edwards and Ice Brady. And then Ice Brady would come in when KK Arnold got 4. KK Arnold got 4. They played with 2 bigs, and one of their bigs had 3 fouls. Then Nikhil Mole had 3, I think 3 fouls. The only
Yeah,
person who didn't have 3 fouls was Paige, who had 2. You know what I mean? Who they put on Kate Martin, who really wasn't really a factor most of the game until the end of the game. So yeah, it changes the way you do. And in college, you get 5 fouls. You don't get the 6 in the NBA. So when you get 2, you're screwed. If this was a regular season game, they would have sat a couple of these kids,
yeah,
you
but you
know.
can't
But
say
this you can't sit. You can't sit. You can't do it. KK Arnold finally sat when she got her 4th foul, and she sat for a long time because they went to 2 bigs, and it changed the game. It changed the way how aggressive they were on defense, how much space they gave Iowa, because they were scared. Like if I get a little too close, or if I get a little, can I get away with a little bit of body? Can I? No, I don't know, because if I try and I get caught a foul and I'm on 3, I get a 4th, and I try to do that again. I'm on 4, I get 5, and I'm out. And you only have 3 subs. Like, them being in the Final Four is an amazing achievement,
yeah,
because they shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be here. Their starters play 36, 40 minutes a game. They have 3 subs who alternate with Aaliyah Edwards because Ice Brady's one of their bigs, and the other 2 they don't really play. The girls they counted on this year were in sweatsuits. AZ
yeah. All of them were
Flood,
hurt.
all of them were
Yeah,
hurt.
they showed that. They showed that five people were injured.
5.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah. So Jana El Haley, she's there was this prospect out of Egypt that they really recruited, they really liked. She gets hurt. Aubrey Griffin got hurt. AZ Fudd, who was supposed to be Paige's backcourt running mate, who were great together. Her sophomore year, her freshman year, Paige's sophomore year, they were cooking together until Paige got injured, and it was going to be them. And then you had more people just being hurt, and it just at the end of the time, they didn't have enough bodies left. They didn't have enough
Yeah,
bodies left. And it happens.
agreed. Shout
Yeah.
out to Justin. So didn't night 1 of WrestleMania happen tonight? I thought we were doing a review. Justin, I know you're making a joke because of Ferris. I appreciate it. It's a preview. Was supposed to be tonight, but I decided to wait. I'll be doing WrestleMania review tomorrow after WrestleMania. So if you want to jump on, you're more than welcome to, Justin, because I know you're a hardcore wrestler fan. You used to wrestle yourself. But I'll be doing that tomorrow night after WrestleMania, and then the tailgate with Kingslayer Network and some other people jumping on Sunday at about 1:45. So yeah, I forgot my daughter has softball tomorrow, so I won't be able to do the tailgate. Um, so we have our national championship set, and it just looks like South Carolina is that juggernaut. But Iowa has taken the juggernaut down before. But I'm assuming you're going with South Carolina first to win
Yeah.
this game. Are they winning it handsomely, or is it going to be a close
I
game?
It's gonna be close until the end where they win by like double digits due to free throws. But it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. You know, We'll see. It's gonna be close, in my opinion. You know, yeah. I already, I'm not. You know, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with him. He's an idiot. All right. All right. Here, lying in the fucking chat. Yes, I was sad when UConn was losing, but you know, like they weren't losing by a lot. Like they came back in the game. You know, because they played good defense. Man, fuck out my face, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, they had Aubrey Griffin, who was injured, who was 6'1". Then AZ Fudd, who was 5'11", who was injured. Amari DeBerry was injured. Ayanna Patterson was injured. Caroline Ducharmenet was injured. You know, Jana Elfari was injured. Their center. You know, like you know, these
that team was just
like we were making jokes like, hey man, I saw Maya Moore in the stands. Give her a jersey. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like they had like when and you know, I'll say this, man, Kiki Arnold, man, what a tremendous freshman. What a tremendous freshman, yo. She's fast. She's fast, and she's gonna fit well. I think she's gonna be their, you know, their change of pace guard next year because Paige is coming back, AZ is coming back. And they're gonna have a good backfield. I don't know if Nakia Mole is going to come back. It's still up in the air. Could she be transferring or could she be going to the draft? We'll see.
Yeah. Well, real quick, talk about transferring. Speaking of transferring, what's your thoughts on Haley Van Liv transferring out of LSU?
Well, it was definitely going to happen because she wasn't on the WNBA draft declarement list. So she wasn't on the list, you know.
Well, I thought she would stay. I figured she would stay with LSU.
Not after that game, because her coach threw out an island and just told her like drown her, like basically drown or die. You know what I mean, you know she's been sick all week. You know you've seen her get IVs all week, and then you have her shadow the best offensive player in the nation, who's always running around, who's always running off screens, who are always going left and right, knowing that Flo J. Johnson is the better defender. Before you know it, like everyone knows it, and you don't put her on CC at the beginning of the game and throughout the entire game, and then when Haley gets a foul and she messed up, you pull her right away, and you put last tier Poe in the game. And then, unfortunately, the reason you brought back Haley in the game was last tier Poe got 2 fouls, but you could have put Flo J on her. You know what I mean?
And then put on her until the
when she had 4 fouls
in the game.
When she had 4 fouls. So what the hell's the point? You know? Like it was and here's the thing about Kim Mulkey. People don't like her personally, you know, and people have valid reasons not to like her. But as a coach, she can coach. And this egregious miscalculation of the mismatch and her not adjusting. She didn't adjust at all. It wasn't like she played her in the first quarter and she was like, "You're not good. Let me switch you." She didn't adjust at all. She did it on purpose. She had to.
On purpose.
She had to. Because you can say a lot of things about Kim Mulkey, but you have to say she's a very good basketball coach, you know. And it was glaring that Haley could not guard CeCe.
No.
I saw it. You saw it. We have 8 eyes. And one of them is lazy. You know what I mean? And
why'd you say that?
but we saw what was happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We saw what was happening. So come on, fam. Like you clearly see that Flo J was faster, had better hands, more athletic than Haley. And she could have kept up with CeCe, but you didn't want to put Flo J on her. Why? Oh, but you didn't need Flo J to play offense. You could have relied on Anisha Morrow, Michaela Williams, and Angel Reese. You know? So she did it on purpose, man.
Are you not recognizing your tribal chief?
Me?
Yeah. Acknowledge your tribal chief.
I acknowledge myself.
You don't acknowledge Hambone as your
he's not my tribal chief. He's Solo Sakai. He's Solo Sokoa. That's what he is.
Oh, he's Solo Sokoa?
Yeah, but unfortunately he talks. Like he should be more like Solo and shut up.
I was very surprised Haley is going to transfer. It's going to be interesting where she transfers to. Does she transfer
Yeah,
back to Louisville? I was joking with Buck. I said she's going to transfer to Iowa.
that'll be hilarious.
um,
She's the Kirkland version of Caitlin Clark.
yeah, I don't know where do you think she would transfer to? Because it's like it's not many places she can go.
Yeah, there's really not like she can't. So she can't go back. So she can't go back to Louisville. She just can't.
Okay,
Like,
is that not like a representation of cheating on your spouse? Then I don't know what it is.
yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna go.
and then
The
like
guy
coming
was
back.
yeah. The person was shittier. And you're like, you know
Yeah.
what? I made a mistake.
I mean, like the cheating was just physical. It wasn't emotional. I really love you.
Right?
I don't love her. It was just an emotional reaction. I mean, a physical reaction. So yeah, like she can't go to Kentucky because Kentucky already got their point guard in Georgia
Go to
Amore.
go to USC. Go play with Juju Watkins.
They need a point guard. They need a point guard. USC does need a point guard, actually.
Yeah.
You know, Kayla Padilla was a very good point guard. Was very good. You know, she was serviceable. It worked. Had a job. Yeah, she can go to USC. And she can't go to UCLA because UCLA already has a point guard in Kiki Rice, and
Yeah.
she's not going to share the ball with, you know.
Yeah, obviously she's going to go somewhere that has a chance.
Yeah, but the problem is though we gotta look into the recruiting class coming in for these teams.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So next year's recruiting class, like with USC, let me check USC. Let me know there it is USC. So USC has, I think they have a robust recruiting class coming back. They have six girls coming in. Because a lot of the girls on USC, people don't talk about it. They're 5th year, 6th year grad transfers, and 3 of them, I think 3 of them or 4 of them come from the Ivy League. Mackenzie Forbes, who was number 24, she came from Harvard, and she came to USC for I think her 6-year grad transfer. So she's definitely leaving. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these girls are definitely leaving. USC is coming. They have 3 5-star recruits coming in. 2 of them are guards. Avery Howell and Kaylee Hecklin, you know, from New York and Idaho, respectively. Then they have Kennedy Smith, who's a wing. She's from California. So could they be the new point guard on the scene for them? And so they don't really need Haley then.
Yeah.
And then Haley has to fight the freshmen for minutes. And in college basketball, being a senior doesn't matter anymore. Back in the day, in the 90s and the 80s, seniors got priority. You know, and freshmen were told to wait.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You could be a 7th-year senior, man, and a freshman comes in that's better than you. You're not starting over that freshman. You know what I mean? And that's so Haley has very limited options. She could go back to the ACC. She can't go to Notre Dame, like rattling off the big names. She can't go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame already has a point guard. Hannah Hidalgo. Texas, maybe? Yeah, you're right.
But Texas is Big 12.
No. Texas now is the SEC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Texas left. Yeah, remember Texas left and Oklahoma left. So next year, Oklahoma and Texas will be playing in the SEC. So we're gonna see Oklahoma and Texas against South Carolina, against LSU, against Tennessee, Florida. She could go to Tennessee, but the problem is Tennessee has no head coach. So she could go to Virginia Tech, but the problem is Virginia Tech lost their head coach to Kentucky. But she can't go to Kentucky to play for Kenny Brooks because Kenny Brooks brought his point guard from Virginia Tech with him. Georgia Amore transferred to Kentucky. So she could go to the Big East. She could, but who? Villanova? I don't know. Villanova hasn't been relevant since Maddie Ziegler left, which was last year. So no one talked about Villanova.
She's not going to UConn. Can't go to
UConn because they have point guards. They're fine.
Duke? Maybe Duke?
Duke, yeah.
What about does Oregon State have their point guard? Because Oregon State's bringing everybody back because they're all under
Oregon. No, but the problem with Oregon State is the girls are transferring. They're leaving because Oregon State and Washington State, remember the Pac-12 dying. They're technically the last 2 members of the Pac-12. still in the Pac-12, and so these girls from those two organizations, those two programs are like, who are we going to play next year? So a lot of the Oregon State girls have, I think a couple of Oregon State girls have transferred. So she can't go to them. Stanford. She could go to Stanford maybe. I don't know.
Don't you have to have good grades in Stanford?
Shit. Yeah, you do. They're actually one of the only colleges where you have to be accepted to the school to play for their sports.
Yeah.
So the school has to say yes to you for you to be like. That's why what David Shaw and Jim Harbaugh did at Stanford is extremely impressive, because they can't just recruit any kid in high school. They can't. You got to recruit kids who are academically eligible for the school and are good football players.
Yeah, she screwed herself.
Yeah, she joined.
I don't think you should. There's no reason for you to leave. There was no reason for you to leave. You stay and play.
There is a reason for someone to leave. If the relationship with the head coach is no longer viable and it's dead and it's completely rotten to the core, and I think watching that game, that Elite Eight game, the relationship is done.
Yeah,
it's
that's
done.
True. Yeah,
it's done.
I can agree.
Why stay to play for a coach who does not like you and you don't like them?
That's wild. That's wild because she transferred from Louisville over there, and we were like, "Yo, LSU about to go back to back."
Yeah, because I knew she wasn't gonna be the first option. I knew it was gonna be Angel, and then Flo, and then Anisha, because they also took Anisha Morrow, who was the best freshman last year, playing at DePaul. She had a double streak. It was like almost like I think almost 30 in a row. And she was playing great at DePaul. DePaul? Like, DePaul hasn't been good since the 80s. Yeah. Men or women's. They're not good. But she was putting DePaul basketball back on the map. She's from Chicago. And I thought Angel and Anisha were going to play like a high-low thing where one's at the high post, one's at the low post. And I think it was just gross. And I think that's what they could have won the game if they did that game plan towards the end. But they didn't. They just started playing weird defining hero ball. Yeah. But
so
we'll see. We'll see. When she picks her school, I'll see if it makes sense, because the LSU thing makes sense in a sense, because you're going to LSU, may win a national title. You be the floor general of the, where you pass the ball, and she could have not scored a lot of points, but she could have had a lot of assists. Get the ball, get it to Angel, get it to Anisha, get it to Flo, get it to Michaela Williams, get a lot of assists. Tell the WNBA, like, I am a floor general. I can be a point guard. I can give you 10, 12 points, but I'm also going to give you 10 to 12 assists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A point guard with 10 to 12 assists and like 15 points, that's a good point guard. That's a solid point guard. In the NBA nowadays, you're a point guard and you're getting 7 assists. Everyone thinks you're the next John Stockton. So, ooh, 7 assists. Ooh. Growing up, that's a point guard with 7 assists. Growing up, it was looked at as like, you're a failure. 7? You only got 7? Only 7? Bro, what?
Okay, them rookie numbers, you got to get those up.
Yeah. But, it's a new day, though. It's a new day.
Point guards are Iowa. Yeah. If she announces to Iowa.
That would be hilarious, though. That would be hilarious.
They won't take her. They're
gonna be like, not after what we did to you in that game. We don't want you. Like, the hell.
I felt so bad. The slander after that game was so bad.
She was, and the crazy thing is, like, she put her head down during the game and she worked hard during the game. The problem is, it just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough, and that's what's more demoralizing, Suge, where you're working hard to do something, you're just trying to stop somebody, and you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. And you're sick, but you're still trying hard. But if you tell people that you're sick, people are going to look at you like, oh, stop making excuses. Shut up,
Yeah.
But, it happens, man.
Yeah, it was tough, and I feel bad for her, but
yeah,
what can you do? Like, obviously something like that's gonna happen. So looking toward this national title game, we already talked about it. You said you got South Carolina. Obviously, I have Iowa. Is it this Sunday?
Already? Yeah. This Sunday. It's coming up Sunday.
They said they get 1 day rest.
They get 1 day rest. Just like the men get 1 day.
Who's even talking about the men? I don't even. Who's in the Final Four for the men? I don't even know.
Purdue, North Carolina State, and UConn, and Alabama. Yes.
Justin must be happy.
No, he's very upset. He's an Auburn fan.
I forgot about that. He is Auburn
Yeah.
fan. Oh, so he doesn't roll Tide?
No, he doesn't roll. Wait. I think he does roll Tide. Give me a minute.
I thought he was Auburn. All right, I thought he was Alabama.
No, he's an Auburn guy.
Okay.
He's an Auburn guy. Where the fuck is it? God damn it. Where is it?
Did he say roll Tide?
Was that?
No, that's not it. Oh,
I know what I'm doing. Roll Tide.
there it is. That's what it is.
I know what I'm doing. Roll Tide.
Oh, got you on 4K.
Got you on 4K.
Oh.
So I honestly I think it's gonna be I want it to be UConn versus NC State. Because I want the DJs of NC State to have another shot at winning that to have one more game, because I'm a big fan of like watching DJ Burns. I've been also watching the men's DJ Burns. He is the quintessential college basketball player. You know, he came home. He's from he didn't come home. He's from South Carolina, and then he went to, I don't know where he went. I think he went to Tennessee, I think, or something. Or he went somewhere, and then he transferred to Winthrop, and then he transferred again to NC State to come back to the Carolinas, because he's from South Carolina. You know, Suge, you know how long he's been in college, Suge?
How long?
He was in the same recruiting class as Zion Williamson.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Yeah, shout out to that guy. So he went to Tennessee, spent a year in Tennessee, then he went to play for Winthrop, and then he went to play at NC State. And you know what? NC State, man, they have a lot of they have a history of being underdog, no one cares for them, and surviving and advancing. There's a documentary called Survive and Advance for a Reason, you know, with Jimmy Valvano in 1984, where they beat so they went on like a,
Was it Houston? They beat Houston?
they beat Houston in the final, Shug, but they went on like an 8-game winning streak to make it into the tournament, because they had to win their conference tournament. So they beat Wake Forest, they beat a couple teams, and they beat UNC in the final with Brad Doherty, Sam Perkins, and the crew, and some guy named Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
There was some guy named Michael Jordan.
Some guy named Michael Jordan was on those UNC teams.
You mean Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah. So they had to win like 8 in a row, man, and then they had to go. Then they had to play UNLV when UNLV was good, and then they had to play in Utah. Then they had to beat 5 Slamma Jamma, the greatest college basketball team that never won a national title.
That team that's wild.
Yeah, man. They lost to NC State. They lost to Georgetown. They never won a national championship. You know, they had 2 Hall of Famers.
Ralph Sampson and
No.
Hakeem was on that. No, who's on that?
Hakeem and Clyde.
Drexler?
Yeah,
Clyde.
Hakeem and Clyde.
That's right.
Yeah, and back then they didn't call Hakeem. They called him Akeem. His name was Akeem, and he was
Coming
to America.
Coming to
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
Yeah. So he had to tell him like Akeem, like he had to tell him like, no, my name is Hakeem. It's an H. It's H. You know, and
I'm looking at my bracket right now, Adelia. I'm pretty close. I think I'm like, because I have Iowa winning it. I picked Iowa. I got everybody right there.
I think she's talking about the men's.
Yeah. I'm in second place right now. And behind Buck.
I didn't make one this year.
Yeah. Bryony was eliminated. Jose was eliminated. Edwards has picked South Carolina, and then me and Buck both picked Iowa.
Mhm.
And Buck is up 60 points on me. So I think he wins no matter what. I think
Yeah.
Buck wins no matter what. Because if Iowa wins, no. If this Edwards guy picks, if South Carolina wins, then he wins it. I think. We'll
Okay.
see. But so you picked UConn's men's, nice. Yeah, that's nice.
And UConn men's have beaten teams by an average of 22 points a game in this conference in this tournament.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So did you watch the Tennessee game, Suge, with UConn and Tennessee?
I did not, but the guy on Tennessee with the hairline that goes way back here,
yeah,
and that weird, I don't know what the hell that was.
So it was tied 32-32, I think. I think it was Tennessee. I think it's Tennessee I'm talking about.
Is that when they went on a 30-0?
Yes, they went 30. They went. So it's 30-0, Suge. So they go tied. It was 32-32, and then you blink and it's 62-32.
That's wild. How do you let someone go 30-0 on you?
Yeah. So it was 1 minute and 29 seconds of the first half. That's when the run started. So from that point forward, they went 30-0 on them going into the second half. And at that point, you know what? Just walk off the court. Just walk off the court, dog.
Just walk off the court.
Just walk off the court and be like, you know what? We're done. We're done. We're done.
Yeah, you just walk off the court.
Exactly.
Because, now real quick, this is it's kind of amazing, Ferris, because we haven't done this in a while.
What the fuck, man?
Boy, listen here. Do you still got the clip? Do you got the clip still? Look, because I sat here and
it wasn't that egregious. She didn't stick out her elbow to smack her in the face. Her just elbow was like this. It wasn't even that much, bro. It's not a foul, man. Fuck out my face, bro. Fuck out my face, man.
I'm just saying right now that I need that clip pulled back up because I got two problems here.
Okay. Yeah, I got a problem too. I got a problem with your existence. That's my problem.
One of these problems is a simple fact that, like, Suge allowed this man, like, because I look at Suge in this aspect as being like the judge, right? And then Ferris
that's a bad thing to be a judge about.
So Suge sitting back here letting Ferris try to, like I said in the comment section earlier, you know what I'm saying? Ferris was over here like the big kid in the donut shop trying to say he didn't eat no damn donut with half of it hanging out his mouth. Okay. Because as you see the clip right here, you see the elbow clearly. Go ahead, Suge.
He doesn't swing the elbow like that. She just raises it. Come on, bro.
The evidence is right here in front of your face. Bro. Look at
I see it, bro. I see it. It's not like
elbow moving. You can't see it because of the other girl. Oh, there goes the elbow right there. Swings into her arm first, makes first contact clearly. Video evidence.
Go back. No, Gabby Marshall.
Gabby
Marshall makes first contact. Gabby Marshall hits the arm first. Get out of here, bro. She's setting up for the screen. She's
trying to run around the damn thing, and home dude elbow comes out of nowhere.
That's what they always do with screens. They're always trying to run around with them. There's always movement in the body, the upper body. It's all about the lower body. You have to be stationary. You're gonna get hit in the body.
Go back a couple of clips, Suge.
Oh my god.
Go back a couple of clips. Her leg is obviously moving right there too, so the lower body is moving as well. You see the leg. You
mean when she's not hitting the girl yet? Of course, it's moving when she's not hitting the girl yet. The girl isn't being hit yet. She's running to set the screen, so she has time to move her feet. Man,
this is ridiculous.
Come on, bro. How's the guy with the lazy eye seeing this better than people with 20/20 vision? What's going on here? Man?
I'm telling you right now, I didn't want to bring up your lazy eye because I was going to allow you. I was going to allow you. I was going to allow you to come out clean, right? I was going to allow you to come out, and I was going to allow you to be like, man, my lazy eye kind of messed my vision up. so that the elbow, I didn't see it right. I was gonna let you like back out
bro,
that
miss
way,
me
but
with your
I wasn't gonna
nonsense,
bring it up
man.
though. I wasn't gonna bring it up like
bro.
you did.
Get out of here, man.
Bro, get out of here, man.
You get out of here, man.
With your trash.
You get out of here.
Trash takes. Yo, trash takes, man.
No, you got trash takes. You the one with the trash takes all the time. You're still angry and sad that Auburn women couldn't make it and the Auburn men got kicked out by Yale. You got beat by a bunch of future lawyers and district attorneys, bro.
All of a sudden now you like gonna sit here and talk about how trash Yale is and everything else. Like these guys can't play basketball. Look, let's don't act like Yale hasn't played basketball good in years. They've been a good team off and on for years.
Yeah, and you're one of the victims who should be having a good program.
Hey man,
you're
that's what happens in March Madness.
You're a Power 5 school.
Where's your school at?
My school, it doesn't. My school's not in March Madness.
Right.
I go to a Division II school.
Exactly.
You didn't even go to Auburn.
Should you ever recognize? Look, listen. Have you ever recognized when you pay attention to Ferris, besides the New York Giants that suck, but every other team he happens to root for happens to have like the most championships in that?
What are you talking about? I'm a Knicks fan.
Saying? All of a sudden he's a UConn fan because they got 11 championships in the damn women's, and then he's like, the only reason why he's a Giants fan is because about the time he was probably picking his favorite football team, that's whenever they actually pulled out the miracle and beat like New England that year. This is stupid.
Adelia wants you guys to read her comment. Why on earth does Justin call himself the tribal chief when I think we all know who the real tribal chief of LGR is?
It's me, man. It's me, man. That's who it is. That's who it is.
Listen, and then Ferris had that cockamamie bullshit ass answer when he was like, "Oh, Marshall, like run and start." Hit the big right there and like made her like do everything. Her elbow all of a sudden loses control. Bro, you can have a run and start. There's gonna be movement. You can have a run and start and run into me, and I ain't moving shit.
Yes, you would be, Justin.
No,
I would move you if you were stationary and you weren't moving,
bro,
and I ran straight at you.
You're like
you would
2
move.
inches.
You would move.
2 inches from being classified a dwarf.
I would move you.
You're not gonna move.
Your body would jiggle. Your body would jiggle because
you're
made
not
of jelly.
move.
All right, get
wow.
out of here.
Now you're fat shaming.
Hey,
what happened to body positivity? What happened to body
I
positivity?
You damn right I am.
You letting somebody come on here and then shame people? What happened to body positivity, man?
I mean, when has Ferris ever been positive about our bodies?
I know
it was a bad thing.
And I was gonna let Ferris slide with this because earlier in this little show right here, I was gonna let Ferris slide.
Shut up,
like
Jay.
I can't let him slide no more because like I understand that Ferris watches like the men's basketball and you're used to calling them the bigs. How is Ferris gonna come on here talking about women's basketball, calling them the biggins? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't
call them the biggins. I call them the big women. Because
you can't call them big women.
I call them big men.
You can't
big
call
men,
them
big women.
You just gotta call them
DJ Jones is a big man. Aaliyah Edwards is a big woman. That's the way the words is. You just replace the man with the woman. You look at Zach Edey, he's produced big man.
Wow.
You look at Camila Cardoso.
Listen,
that's the big woman from South Carolina.
I watched my first and only women's basketball game tonight, and I didn't hear one time them call them the big women.
Okay,
that's true. They did call big men. I did hear big men. They didn't call them big women though.
They didn't call them big women, man. That's messed up, dude.
I just replaced man with woman.
That's why you ain't the tribal chief.
You ain't the tribal chief.
Look, man, I'm taller than you. I'm sexier than you. I'm smarter than you.
Who the hell?
My beard is more luscious than yours.
It's because I don't grow it, Justin. Because if I grew my beard out to yours, I would have to keep it forever.
And yeah,
keep it forever. What are you talking about?
Well, yes. If my beard gets to a certain length religiously, I have to keep it. I can never shave it again. It's that length. The length of your beard.
You ever heard Muslim?
You can't. Yes, that's real.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. Why do you think most Arab men have their beards close to their face? Because if they let it grow out a little bit longer, they got to keep it.
So y'all have a random dude that just shows up and measures your beard every now and then to make sure.
No, man, it's like you know what I mean, Nick. Come on. The religious doctorate man. He comes up and be like, let me pull out the tape measure.
I'll tell you what the greatest thing about me coming on here for just a couple of minutes is because
nothing.
Seeing Suge's background makes me remember a moment where he walked back there into that little
God,
thing. I think that's a bathroom. And he came out wearing some leggings.
Oh my God.
He came out wearing some leggings.
Sure did. We made money off that. Remember that?
He was smiling with his oh my God.
That was literally that moment really proved to me that old saying that big things come in small packages. You know, got him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, boy.
the whole chat says Adelia's the tribal chief.
Yeah, whatever, man. Well, the Delia's brainwashed them.
Oh God, why do you have to remind me of that? You know what? It was a great time.
Listen, I'm still in the Discord, but I'm like muted over there, but I can still hear him. And Adelia's already admitted I'm the tribal chief. Let's be honest.
Nah, brother. The crazy thing about that is, thank God Marie Wilson wasn't paying attention. You remember?
Was she there?
She was. It was before we interviewed her, and she wasn't paying attention, so she didn't see your sausage.
I mean, wait. I think something's got to be at least a certain size to be called a sausage.
It depends. It depends. On,
You know what I'm
saying?
Hey, they do sell little smokies, okay? Don't be
Bro, he looked like he had two pigs in a blanket fighting in there. You know what I'm saying? The best part is how proud he was. You know what
you remember his smile, bro? You remember?
I was smiling. I was happy that I could fit in those damn things, because those things, when I ordered them with the Delia, when me and her ordered them, I was like, yeah, 2X should be fine. 2X was not fine.
Listen, Ferris. What he really needed then is what they have in the porn business called a fluffer.
Yeah, he needed a fluffer.
Yeah, he needed a fluffer.
You need a little.
To go back in that little
back
room
left and right. A little.
Y'all are. We weren't even trying to do all that. We were just trying to make some money, and I had to pay a bet off because Justin opened his mouth and was like, "If we get this much, Suge's gonna do this," and I had to do it.
Hey, I was surprised Suge jumped on it. It was like, yeah, I'll wear them. He didn't have no problem with wearing them.
Because they were like spandex.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't that bad. It was comfortable, but they were too damn tight. They were they were too tight, and I couldn't. I remember trying to put them on, and they barely got past my thighs, and I had to like think about it.
No, I ain't. Listen, I'm hearing them in the Discord right now. Like, I did not say they were comfortable. That was not me. That was Suge. I ain't saying shit about them being comfortable, man. Them things right there.
You should absolutely get. Matter of fact, I still have them. I could send them to Justin. I have his address. I'll just send them to him.
Let me tell you something right now, bro.
I'm pretty sure Brandy would appreciate those.
It's true.
Listen,
I think she would. Probably give her a little twirl.
Hey, she appreciates my little smoky. You know what I'm saying?
And she should.
You know what I'm saying?
She's probably like, let me get a Oscar Mayer wiener.
Jesus Christ. No, it won't. We gotta test this theory, okay? I'll send them to Justin.
Let's test the theory, man.
I'll wash them before I send them.
Let me tell you something. I throw a little barbecue sauce on it, bro. Shit. Oh, damn.
Justin, you go old school Texas, low and slow on the smoke.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Low and smoke.
We warm it up a little bit to get it real super tender.
Yeah, man, you throw a little maple wood in the fire.
Let me tell you right now. There's one thing I believe in, because I'm a grown-ass man, 43 years old, and that is I do everything in my life hard. You know what I'm saying? I tell you one thing, that wiener gonna be hard as a rock.
We're supposed to be talking about. Oh my God!
Listen, you invited me on here, and I ain't watched a damn women's college basketball game all year until tonight. I watched that game tonight just because Ferris was rooting for UConn so hard. I was like, I'm gonna go over there and fuck with Ferris. And then as soon as I turned the game on, that's when like our girls from Iowa like came, made the comeback. They started winning. Got his ass. He got mad at me, Suge.
I mean, when does Ferris not get mad at you?
That's true statement. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't get it. I was like, bro, I ain't never seen this man talk about UConn basketball.
That's how you know. That's how I know he ain't a real friend, man. Because I talk about UConn women all the time. Adelia knows this.
Why you talking about UConn women all the time?
When we talk women's basketball, I talk like they're my squad. Adelia knows this.
We're not even 5 minutes in and derailed.
All right, so let's WrestleMania night 1, man. How good was it?
Yeah, let's review it, man. How good was it? Let's review it, man.
I heard
it was great. It was great.
The tag team match. I heard the tag team match, like The Rock and all them motherfuckers.
Yo, man, I heard the triple threat match with Jade, Bianca, and Naomi were great.
Bro, yeah, the women brought it tonight. You know what I'm saying? They brought it.
They really brought it.
That one girl did that move, the Hooten Tooten Conrada, and then like, bro, I was like, what the shit is going on tonight? I was like, what the shit is happening up here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I got the script early, so I already know what's gonna happen.
Can we go ahead? I don't want to spoil it for everybody else, that probably haven't even watched it, because some people just like to watch both nights on one night. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna go ahead, man. I gotta talk about it. When Stone Cold came out and stunned The Rock, like, come on, bro. Out of nowhere,
that blew the roof off of the place, man.
Shit, bro. Stone Cold, the glass broke. He came out there wobbling around. He can't do it as good as back in the day. He almost failed, but he came out there with that fucking strut, like he was, like he's about to Stone Cold.
And he can't drink as many. He can't drink as many beers because
Oh yeah, dog. He's definitely drinking the light beers now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely drinking the light beers. Well, I mean, Justin, since you haven't seen it, let me get your predictions on some of these matches. Well, who do you got for the 6 women tag team match?
6 women tag team match. Remind me who's in there again.
Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi.
We're gonna go Damage Control, man, because they got a cool name. I mean, that's who wins. Like, these other 3 girls don't even have a name together, man. Why the hell would they even win? Why would they win?
Because it's Jade Cargill, man, and Bianca Belair, man. Bianca Belair is undefeated at WrestleMania. Jade Cargill's their new star signing from AEW. They're trying to give her a good shine. I think they win.
Jade Cargill and the 2 moves of doom here. Let's go ahead. What we got else? What else we got?
This one, I don't even know what's going on with this one. Rey Mysterio and is it Andre versus? It's Andre.
Is it Andrade?
I think it's Andrade. Yeah, because first they announced somebody else, but I guess it's Andrade.
It was Dragon Lee. I think it was Dragon Lee.
Yeah, it was Dragon Lee. That's why I was like, why is Dragon Lee? Versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
I think they're gonna go. I think Ray's. No. I think, you know what?
With a name like Dirty Dominic, you got to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rey Mysterio is too damn old, bro. He might literally have a heart attack in there. I remember watching Rey Mysterio when I was still a youngin. You know what I'm saying? I was teenage. That dude.
I remember playing as Rey Mysterio on the N64.
Mm-hmm. Ray's my guy. I don't. The problem we run into is, are they gonna make Andrade lose a match at WrestleMania, because he's barely been back. He's been only back for like a year and like half a year, a full year. But do they want to give Dominic a victory over his dad finally? And
because he didn't get the last time.
No, he didn't. Yeah, because he lost last time. And do they want to undercut Santos Escobar's momentum of betraying Rey Mysterio? Can they expand it more? I'm gonna go with Santos and Dom. I think they're gonna win. I think Santos and Dom.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I think you can't. I don't think. What's the point of giving Rey Mysterio a win here?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Last year it kind of made sense.
Yeah.
But this year it makes no sense.
Makes no sense. So yeah, I think Dirty Dom and Santos.
Yeah, Dirty Dom's gonna win. That's a name right there. You know what I'm saying? Dirty Dom don't lose.
He was honestly, bro. He was built for this, man. He was built for this. Shout out to Dominic Mysterio, man. Remember Dominic when he was the little blonde kid being fought over by Eddie and Ray, man? That's the first time we ever saw him. Seeing him evolve into this. He's a damn good wrestler. He knows how to play the crowd.
He's become a really good wrestler compared to what we thought what he was to now. He's become better.
Yeah.
This one I'm excited for simply just because we knew it was coming. But Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, I'm excited for this one. I think we're gonna get a Rikishi sighting.
I think that's true, and I think one of them. I think one of them super kicks Rikishi because he interferes.
Oh man, does that mean somebody's gonna have to get their face shoved up his butt crack?
No, we're not getting a stink face.
No,
You're
no,
not
it's-
getting a butt crack.
I think
Oh,
I
God.
think we're gonna go with Yeet
Or
Jay.
or Ferris. Solo comes out to help, and then the other brother, is it the other brother or cousin that's not
Jacob?
in WWE?
Jacob Fatu?
Listen, man. Even
The
though
one
I would,
the Tongan kid, right?
No, that's Haku.
hey, listen. Even though I would love
No,
to
but who's
see it,
the son that's big right now, but he's not in WWE or
Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu.
he
Listen.
comes out.
nah. Listen. Even though I'm a huge fan of the Star Wars, as you can see by stuff right here behind me, I don't want to see Han Solo come out there and do shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep that out of there.
What?
We got to keep Han Solo out of this. You know what I'm saying? You said Solo was coming out.
Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, Solo Sokoa.
Oh,
Sikoa.
Yeah, that's their little brother.
Which is
And,
crazy because he looks like the big brother.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think is Jacob Fatu, I think? Is it Jacob, I think? Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie
Tongan-
to you, man. Night one sounds like straight up dog shit right now. Like,
No, the rest of the matches are good.
That's
These are all good. Other than the Rey Mysterio match,
well,
They're
what's
all
next?
pretty
What's on the
decent.
docket? What's the next on the docket?
the next one is our favorite title, Justin. I remember this to the day I die because it was our favorite title. The Intercontinental Championship match between
Bro.
Gunther and Sami Zayn.
Gunther.
All right, Gunther's gonna win, but like, man, they just made that title so much crap. Back in the day, it used to be like the best, right? Like,
Oh no, Gunther has resurrected it. Gunther, he puts on bangers, man.
back in the
Let's put on
day, it used to
bangers.
be the heavyweight championship of the world was like the spectacle match, right? It probably wasn't going to be that good of a match, but it was going to have a lot of flair and meaning to it. The Hulk Hogan and shit doing his thing, whatever. And you were seeing if he could get beat or if he could beat the monster, whatever, right? But that's all that was like showboat stuff. But then the Intercontinental title is where you came to watch wrestling.
Wrestler, yeah.
Yeah, that was a wrestling, bro. And then they wiped their ass for like the last 15 years or so with that fucking title. I think they're trying to make like a comeback with it with the Gunther story. But the problem with it is I don't think it's good timing because you have Gunther having the title for a pretty good while now, but you already have like your heavyweight championship where it's been held by the same person forever too. So it's still like outshadowed. I think they should have had something happen to the heavyweight title where it gets lost, and then you have like a run with like Gunther with an Intercontinental title, and not having this stuff happening at the same time.
Which
True
word?
story, Intercontinental.
Intercontinental.
tough time with them.
Yeah. So
Call it the IC title. That's all
I
we
think
used
the
to call it.
problem is a lot of people got mad is that they wanted Chad Gable in this match because Chad Gable has had a program with Gunther where him and Gunther have put on bangers, and it was gonna be like his one last shot to get at Gunther, and Sammy beats him in this Intercontinental like number one contenders match, and he's now in the storyline trying to cheer up Sammy. It's looking like they're gonna give it to Sammy. It's looking like it. It's looking like I'm gonna go with Sammy.
Oh man, Sammy gonna keep getting screwed.
I mean,
I don't know. Listen, I
move-
don't know. This is the first time in a long time in this stretch. We talked about this a little bit before, where we don't have dumbass McMahon involved in any of this. So with that being said, you really probably can't tell because I could see Triple H throwing some things. I could see Triple H throwing somebody like Sami Zayn a bone and everything else. That's the only reason why I think he's got a chance. But I don't know. They're probably keeping on Gunther still.
But if you give it to Sammy, where does Gunther move from here? Does he go?
It'd have to go heavyweight title. Man,
Well,
that's
no,
what I'm talking about.
yeah,
The Intercontinental Championship should still be a stepping stone to the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
So, like, if he loses this match, should be like
imagine him in a program with Seth Rollins, or imagine him in a program like, let's say, because we're gonna move on to like the next night, which is probably the McIntyre Rollins match. Imagine him in a program with Drew McIntyre for the world title, and I think him and Drew could create magic together in the ring, and they could then have a match at Battle at the Castle in Scotland, which is Drew McIntyre's hometown, and they could really screw, kind of piss off the hometown fans by having Gunther beat him. Like they used to do that all the time. Like people would assume like, oh, you're gonna win in your home state, and usually you lost in your home city because you wanted the fans to be angry or sad or mad, unless it happens.
Yeah. No, I
It's
see
kind
that,
of
but then we got to see what happens with the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, because you're right. If Seth Rollins loses to Drew McIntyre, well, where does Seth Rollins go? Remember, he was injured.
I
So
think he goes on the men because I think he's injured and I don't think he's fully healthy. I think he's gonna. I honestly think they're gonna lose the match and Seth is gonna drop the belt at WrestleMania. And then I think he's gonna go like on the mend, like get surgery, hurt, like because he tore something. What did he tear? Shug? You don't remember what he tore? Like I think it was a
I don't
labrum
know
or
what he
something.
tore. I don't know what he
Yeah.
tore, but he's not
Yeah,
he's not the same
he's
right
not
now.
healthy. Like
Yeah.
he has a major injury. It's just that he hasn't been really wrestling. Right. So he hasn't been doing a lot of extraneous activity on the injury. But I think at WrestleMania, he's gonna drop it and then he's gonna be on the mend.
true
until
story
he-
though. Not gonna lie to you guys, I almost sued WWE because I thought it was weird. They started having a pay-per-view called Battle at the Castle, and that's what I called every time I went and sat on the porcelain throne. You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to call that. So I was like, copyright infringement.
You're an idiot.
All right. Next one is women's world championship match. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
I think they're gonna keep it with Rhea, and then they're
and
gonna
let Becky go be with Seth.
yeah, and then Rhea's gonna hold the belt till next WrestleMania, and then Bianca's gonna beat her because next year there's gonna be Bianca's streak versus Rhea's long title reign.
Okay.
Yeah, because Bianca has a little WrestleMania streak. She hasn't lost at WrestleMania ever, so she has a little streak, and then we can continue it, and we'll see what happens. So there's that. That's my idea.
No, maybe that was SummerSlam. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And in the last match of the night, Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins versus Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Roman Reigns.
I think Cody loses night one.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. It makes the story on the next night even better.
They're gonna do like
problem.
they want bloodline rules. They want bloodline rules.
That's why I don't like this is like the worst match I think in the whole thing to me because it's too I mean, I guess they could throw like a wrench into it and just give it to him anyway, but like it's one of those things to where I don't like this kind of match because I think he'll lose because it makes the story on the next night better.
Yeah, it's gonna enhance it. But I think if he
wins, but if he wins, I think he loses. If he wins, I think he loses the next night.
But I think Sugar, Justin, I think that's the thing right there. If he wins, people are gonna think he loses, then he wins on next night.
What I mean? Like I said, it will be different, and it could be different because we don't have the normal booking that normally would happen for the WWE. So, actually, it's going to be like pretty interesting to see what things do and what things happen from here on out because it is going to be booked differently. It's not going to be booked the same way it used to be.
No, it's not.
It was way too obvious sometimes back in the day. It's like I've been watching some old school stuff, and like I remember like Kane and Undertaker was in like the fire. Was the fire match or whatever? Like,
the ring on fire.
No,
the Inferno match with Kane.
But it was like, bro, we all knew Kane was going to be the one that loses because he's got his arm covered up. It's like,
they literally just barely lit him on fire.
Well, he held it in the fire.
They had to change it after they almost killed Carlito.
But
I remember that when Kane like burned Carlito's back. I don't remember that.
Gotten to that point.
He burned his back.
The match I just watched was like the first ever Inferno match, and like I said, it was just obvious who was going to win when they were walking out. It's like, well, it's got to be Kane because Undertaker ain't going to set his arm on fire, so it's going to be like Kane because he's obviously got protection because he was wearing that one whole side that was like a whole costume over here, and then he had like the ripped off part right here where it was like skin, so you knew like his one part of his arm was going to catch on fire. It was obvious, and Brandy said. WrestleMania night, the best wrestling match is going to be me and her one-on-one.
Oh, she going one-on-one with the great one?
Oh, yeah, you damn right. Does
she have arms long enough to box with God?
Are you taking it? Are you taking it to SmackDown Hotel?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. What's gonna happen?
You're gonna DDT.
What's gonna happen is some particular person, not gonna name no name, is gonna go down and give 3 blows to the head. You know what I'm saying?
Dirty.
That was her fault.
All right.
She might get irritated at what I just said, but that's her fault. All this right here because she was in the Discord talking about that, so that's why I got brought up.
All right,
let's dropping a DDT on Brandy.
let's preview Sunday night then. This one's, I don't know why, I just think they're doing this just because. But the 6-man tag Philadelphia street fight: Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament. I don't really care.
I don't even know. Who those
Yeah, I
guys
think
are.
this was kind of like it was kind of a New Year storyline where like they started beefing when the New Year's, like the road to WrestleMania starts in January, right? When like the Royal Rumble shows up, and they kind of build something that hasn't been building all year in that final like last couple months. And I think this was one of them. And you know what? You put Street Profits in anything, man, and I'm a watch. You know,
I like Street
no,
Profits.
because Bianca Belair was being interviewed by the Pivot, and she was telling them how like they tried to make the Street Profits heels. You know, she was explaining to the Pivot heels and faces, and she would be like, yeah, no one booed them. They would like punch an announcer and no one would boo them. So them being heels didn't work because no one's booing them, because no one wants to boo the Street Profits. We all love the Street Profits, and I'm a big fan of them, and I love Montez Ford. Big fan of Angelo Dawkins.
I'm surprised they haven't split them up. I
know some of the major like storyline stuff just because I sort of keep up with it. It's been kind of tough to go back to the WWE and start watching it, even though I know it's gotten better and everything with all the bullshit surrounding it and everything else. So like, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know a lot about this triple threat match, but the only triple threat match I'm worried about is me and two titties.
She's gonna kill him. She's gonna kill him, man.
You ain't gonna make it to your wedding.
Yo, man,
all right.
they're gonna do the Canadian Destroyer.
Jessica hit the tornado DDT off the top of the bed.
Yeah.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
See, his thing, man. This shit is fire, dude. Like the build up to this match has been great because they've been attacking each other on the front lawns. So there's a video I think a couple days ago where LA Knight attacks him at a autograph signing. He attacks him and like he jumps in front of like 500, 1,000 people, and people were watching him watching AJ Styles get his ass beat. So like they've been building this up pretty well. And honestly, I don't know who's gonna win, but I think they're leading LA Knight because LA Knight needs the win more than AJ. Because AJ Styles is AJ Styles, man.
Yeah, but old school. Yeah, here's the problem. Is like somebody like AJ don't need to win because he's like already got his name, so people still interested even when he's got like a losing streak. Mm-hmm. Somebody like LA Knight, they're trying to make bigger, probably pushing harder. So like, hey, you know how it is. Like so, but like I said, it is interesting. New booker, so like we could go AJ Styles, man.
We could
like let's let AJ. To me, like something like AJ that can still go like that, I think you need to give that dude a big push going out. You know what I'm saying? Like build it up.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with you.
My problem is like for wrestling for the longest time, and this is the last time I got pissed off, and then it was pissed off even though like they try to give him all kinds of tribute and shit like that, but they ruined his fucking character, man, and that's damn Bray Wyatt. When Bray Wyatt first came out, before he even started doing like the really cool like gimmicks was like the Fiend and everything else, like when he was just a Bray Wyatt family, coolest character out there. Literally the first two biggest matches he's in is like one with the Undertaker. There was one with another guy that I can't think of right off the bat, but like he lost both of them. It's like, bro, how you building up this and he's losing? You got to let this guy win, build his character up and shit. So like that's my biggest problem. But like I said, that might change now with we know Triple H is probably calling most of the shots anyway.
And you know what's great about Bray Wyatt too? He survived. He survived it all because that's how talented he was. That was my guy, man. I loved him, man. When the Wyatt family was first introduced, man, God rest his soul. His dad was introduced to the Hall of Fame today. Shout out to IRS, Mike Rotunda.
Bring up that last comment right there, Suge, in the comment section right there. Bring up that comment. Show it on the screen.
Just to get elbow drop on him from the top rope.
Listen, there ain't one move that she's gonna be able to put on me, and it's called the booby trap. Ah!
You ain't gonna make it to your wedding, Justin. You gotta calm down.
That is a cool sounding move, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. WWE Women's Championship match: Iko Sky versus Bayley.
Bailey.
Real quick thing, Ferris. A friend of mine is her mom was dating a guy who had a daughter. Her name was I forgot her real name, but it was Bailey.
Damn.
My
It was
my
Bailey?
good friend, yeah, it was Bailey.
Your
I
friend dated Bailey's dad?
no. My friend's mom dated Bailey's dad. They used to share bunk beds together.
Why would they want
Nice.
bunk
And
beds?
no bunk beds. You know.
Yeah, but why they have
Bunk-
bunk beds? Why are they dating? You just said they were dating.
No. The
They're
children
mom.
had bunk beds.
Oh,
The children had bunk beds.
Oh, okay.
I mean, why
Pamela.
can't we be adults? Why can't we be Pamela? Thank you. That's her
Pamela,
name.
yeah.
Why can't we be adults with bunk beds? No, they grew up together, and they've known each other for a long time, but they're not as close anymore because the parents split up, stopped
Yeah, yeah.
dating, whatever. But she was telling me, yeah, that she was always talking about wrestling, so it's dope to see her. So shout out to my friend Trish. Eco Sky versus Bailey. Who you said Bailey? I say
yeah,
Bailey.
you gotta make Bailey win this, man, because Bailey's been it's been like 2 years coming, man. It's been 2 years of backstabbing, talking behind Bailey's back, making Bailey look like an idiot. It's been 2 years. You gotta I don't care that it's predictable. You gotta give it to Bailey. Doesn't matter, man. Sometimes you're gonna get a great reaction regardless. You know, sometimes doing the obvious thing is the right thing and it's the great thing. You gotta give it to Bailey. Gotta give it to Bailey, man.
What about you, Mr. Hambone?
I would just do Bailey because that's the only one. I don't know the other person. Like I said, man,
Ego Sky does the Randy Macho Man elbow off the top. That's what she was known for. But she would get high though.
I think. That,
It's her moonsault. It's her moonsault that's really
on the AEW side. I think there's a girl named Blue Sky that's actually pretty cool. It's like as far as a women's wrestler as well. They got a couple.
Was it that meth?
What?
Was it that meth? Blue
Sky? It is meth, but there's also a wrestler named Blue Sky.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wow.
All right. And we get into the big
Sky Blue. Sky Blue. No, her name's Sky Blue, Justin.
Yeah, Sky Blue.
Okay. Yeah, Blue Sky is
drug.
The wrong shit. Okay.
Drug.
Sky Blue, not Blue Sky.
Listen, man, I just came
Justin and
I they gonna sleep in separate rooms.
Hey, it worked for a lot of couples back in the day.
Yeah,
separate rooms.
Ones that the ones where they never loved each other and they just were together because of family reasons.
Hey. All right, Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. Can I ask a question real quick?
Hold on one second. I got to.
Go ahead, Justin.
You can go ahead and pull that comment back up so people know what I'm talking about. So she's over here saying we're having bump beds, but you know what I'm saying? Look,
you're gonna be bumping uglies instead.
Girl, don't you frown. Because you know who's be going downtown. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like shit.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying? She gonna be sneaking down the little bunk bed, you know what I'm saying, to come get in my bunk. You know what I'm talking about?
You're gonna make her sleep on top?
Yeah. I ain't climbing my big ass up there on the fucking top bunk.
All right, let me ask you a question, Ferris. So the World Heavyweight Championship match, that's just the WCW belt, right?
Technically, but it's not the same design. But yeah, it's kind of that. It's kind of that because like the other one, they needed to find another storyline for Seth. I think they created it for Seth Rollins because they're like, you're a very talented wrestler. We love you. You're very good at your job. We want to give you a belt. We want to get you a good storyline. So yeah, it's definitely like that. But it's not like yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's go with that. It's like early 2000s, the big gold belt.
Yeah.
It was on SmackDown with Batista.
Because they got rid of the Universal. I hated that belt.
No, they unified it with Roman has it.
Okay, but it's the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. That's just the WWF, the WWE.
That's the WWE, yeah. Personally, bring back the big gold belt, man.
Right?
Bring it back. Yeah, bring it back, man. Bring it back.
That was
man.
a WCW product. We don't need that.
Yeah, but
Justin can't climb on top. I didn't need to know this. I didn't need to know this.
Probably suffocate her.
Right.
Sorry.
What happened to Brandy? She suffocated. God damn, Justin.
on this sausage.
Why? You had to go there. You had to go there, Justin, didn't you? Oh my god. Brandy, look at this is what dealers had to deal with for many years. Was this? We haven't done this in a while, but this is what we used to do. Oh god.
You dirty motherfucker, man.
Exactly. The dealer had to deal with this for a while. Oh god.
So Seth Rollins.
Listen, man. They don't call me Big Sexy for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Shit, boys.
Nobody calls you Big Sexy.
You call yourself Big Sexy.
You call yourself Big Sexy.
You calls you Big Sexy. Calm
Randy,
down.
do you call him Big Sexy? Please tell us if you do. Maybe she does. You know what? I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't speak for her. Maybe
it's like Big Daddy V up in here, man. What's his name? Vociferous? I don't know.
Did you say syphilis?
No.
I don't know.
No. She said no.
I do not.
I do not. Oh, all right.
It's all right. All my fans out there do like J6 over here. Bro, he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? He called me Big Sexy. Movie Guande Guapo. You know what I'm saying?
Viscera. Big Daddy Viscera. Yeah.
Viscera. I remember Viscera. Because he was, what was his other? Because he was part of some other group back in the day, and then he became.
Yeah, no. So it was Viscera. Then he became known as Big Daddy V.
Yeah, because when he was Viscera, he's part of the Undertaker's crew. That what were they called?
No, they weren't. He wasn't part of the Acolytes.
No. It was a bigger crew. It wasn't the Acolytes. It was Acolytes, him, somebody else. The Ministry. The
Ministry of Darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Seth Rollins versus Drew McQueen.
Drew McQueen.
Yeah, Drew McQueen. I don't think Seth. I think Seth's going to take some time off. Who you got?
You said Drew McQueen, Shug.
Oh, Drew. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He said Drew McQueen.
I went back to the Schmo days. I'm sorry. It just Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Drew McIntyre. Dustin, why?
You're a bad person.
Oh my God, Drew McIntyre. Ferris, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Drew McIntyre, man. He was known as Mabel. Suge, remember?
Yeah, because he was part of that. He was part. It's exactly what happened. Did I just transport to the Schmodown post show for a moment or something? Yes, I sure did. Yeah, he was Mabel because he was part of that group that were all.
He was recognized as King Mabel. He was only Viscera. He was with that stupid ass like Undertaker shit. Whenever he was like had the
ministry.
The corporate ministry.
Yeah, and then there was the corporate ministry. That's motherfucker took my blanket. Sorry. All right.
Men on a mission. Men on a mission.
You're right.
Yeah, they were one of the first people to come out rapping because that one guy, the smaller guy, rapped when he came out.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry. Continue.
Justin, who'd you pick? Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre? Not Drew McQueen, because Drew McQueen didn't do anything except for the back of the day.
I mean, if Omdu's injured, it's probably right. McIntyre might win, but yeah, if he's injured, if he's not, then we'll see.
All right, and the final match Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Will Cody Rhodes finish the story?
I think he does. Because come on, man, you can't be doing all this, bro, just to screw over Cody Rhodes. Because that would be
Again.
that would be crazy. But like the way he lost last year, kept the door open, made sense because he got cheated. Solo Sikoa like cheated him. You gotta give it to him, man. You gotta give it to him. I'm sorry, you got to.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and just
I do. I think Philly does riot because the Philly wrestling community, man, they booed Rey Mysterio because they thought Daniel Bryan was coming out, and they booed Rey Mysterio. That's Rey Mysterio. They did. They booed him. So if Cody doesn't win, man, I think we get a riot, like a genuine, bona fide riot, where everyone throws chairs in the ring, just like ECW days.
And if people who are joining us right now, you're a little confused because I know it says post game Final Four recap, but we're talking wrestling right now. We kind of got derailed a little bit, so stick with us. Justin, what about you? Who you got?
It's going to be Cody Rhodes. I think for multiple reasons. I think WWE has not treated that family particularly well, and it's not. So I think it's going to give it to Cody. He's going to be able to finish the story, possibly with The Rock actually turning his back on Roman Reigns. To be perfectly honest, and making like maybe a story for a Roman Reigns and like The Rock facing at the next WrestleMania. Sometimes they'll go ahead and set up a match for the next WrestleMania all the way from this WrestleMania, so they have a whole year to build it up. Yeah. And no, I think they give it to Cody Rhodes because. Listen, man, we got to pay homage to one of the greatest of all time, and that's Dusty Rhodes.
I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go Goldust.
No, man. Because
Goldust is also one of the greats, man.
I think so too, but I think he was done kind of filthy as far as like having to do particular roles. You could have gave him a do the Goldust thing for a while, or either took that character way more seriously than it ended up taking him. You know what I'm saying?
It was very serious in the beginning, and then it became a comedy thing.
Then it became like a comedy thing for a super long time. It kind of like just derailed his career, I think, to a certain point. But nah, man, like Dusty Rhodes, we gotta pay homage to him. He was whining and dining with kings and queens while you were sitting in the alley eating pork and beans. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy right here, he told one of the greatest promos. One of the greatest promos of all time when he's telling everybody about his dad doing no job, and then all he got was a goddamn watch and everything else when he retired, all that good stuff. Like, man, some of the greatest stuff that's ever been known to man. And then when he came to the WWE, he got through in polka dots, man. So I think,
and then his like manager or whatever turned on him.
Yeah, and I think
$1 Million Man.
Yep, exactly. But like, I just think that like, give it to Dusty Rhodes kid, man. Let him have the championship.
Yeah,
because I don't think even for like a split second that that Dustin Rhodes was able to actually have the belt at all. Like as far as the heavy.
No. Yeah. He only had. I think he only had the IC.
Yeah, the Intercontinental.
Yeah. I mean, let's put it into effect because like. When it comes to wrestling, I think it's like really stupid, even though I haven't been paying attention as much as like I probably would at a certain point. But like the thing about wrestling is like I think it's just real dumb, and it's the same kind of feel. Like even with a lot of other entertainment, is why do we have to pick sides? Why do we have to be a WWE shield or an AEW shield, and then just like go to war with each other for no reason at all? Like. When you know that if both of them were super good and great, it would make wrestling as a whole super good and great. Like you literally, as a WWE fan, if you love the product, you should be rooting that AEW gets better and better ratings.
Because it makes the WWE product better.
Because it makes WWE better. Like because that's WCW versus WWE. That's why the ratings was through the roof. That's why wrestling has never hit that mark again ever since.
It forced WDW's main storylines to get better. Yeah, there were other storylines in WWE that were shit. Like, yeah, of course, no one can go 100, but the main storylines in WWE had to be good, or F back in the day, had to be good to go up against the main storylines of WCW. And then what happened with WCW? The wrestlers got too much control, and it kind of fell off the route.
But just
WWE
think,
had a plan.
but just think
It
if WCW would have had a better plan and they didn't fall
Yes.
apart.
Yeah, man.
And they just kept battling back and forth until now.
Yeah.
Like it would be on another level. And that's one of the failures. But AEW has a chance. They're the first ones to legit have a chance with like TV deals and everything else to actually throw, you know, a little bit of a competition out there. But you should be rooting for them, man.
Yeah.
You should be rooting for them. And then it's going to be fun.
Destroys complacency because complacency is the enemy of a great product.
And then it's going to be fun when like you do get those moments where one of the wrestlers' contract expires and they're coming to AEW or the vice versa. They already done it a little bit already, but like think about it like both of them's at the top and then that stuff starts happening. Like it's going to be exciting, man. It makes nothing but fun, dude. Nothing but fun. But for some reason, people got to like get damn pissed off, run their mouth, and like yell at other people. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, man, and just enjoy wrestling if you want to enjoy wrestling.
Facts. Justin, you think any surprises are going to happen either night? Anybody's going to show up?
Listen, all I tell you about is a surprise right now is that there's somebody in the Discord that I'm in running that little mouth of hers. Okay. She thinks, oh, just because there's a little space in between that she can get getting away with all this, running that mouth, man. I'm telling you right now, bro. She's talking to one of the greatest people with the gift of gab of all time, man. She don't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? I will destroy her outside the ring with my words, then turn around and destroy her in the ring, aka the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Before the end of the night, she's going to be calling me Big Sausage.
Why, Justin? Why do you want to call yourself Big Sausage for? Huh?
What?
There is something to look at, guys. Is Damian Priest's Money in the Bank cash?
Yeah, that could work.
So what are they going to do with him? That's one thing to watch out.
What if WWE said, "All right, Cody, you get to win the belt," and then Damian Priest cashes it in and takes it from him right then and there?
Dude, that would
dirty.
Actually,
destroy.
If they were completely smart, the one thing they could do is let Cody win, and then everybody gets excited, right? And then home dude comes running out to do the cash in, and everybody all of a sudden like hush comes over the crowd because they're like, "Oh shit, they're gonna take it right back away from him." That's what their fear is, and then have Cody actually beat him right after that.
Yeah,
and like still hold the belt and defend.
But then you waste his.
No, you don't waste it though, man.
No, but he's had it for over a year. So for over a year, you've wasted Damian Priest holding this belt.
Yeah, I actually think it would be super cool if they do that. He wins the title, ends the story, and everybody's going crazy, like, right? Because that's what they want. And then the cash in starts happening, and everybody's like, "Oh fuck no, they're not gonna do this to us." They'll start getting mad. They'll start booing the shit out of like home dude running out there, and he cashes it in. You get Cody Rhodes. You let him do the move, and Cody Rhodes looks like he's out. Almost gets pinned 2.5, 2 3/4. Cody Rhodes kicks out, fucking hits him with his move, and ends it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting you bring it up, Ferris, because I wasn't really sure about that. I was like.
Or they could hold it for one more day and have it the Monday after WrestleMania. That's what they did with Dolph Ziggler. He showed up the Monday after WrestleMania, and he beat Alberto Del Rio, and the crowd just exploded because that crowd is more of a hard.
But I don't think they're gonna do that for Cody. Like I know,
but we also, guys, there's another champion.
He could, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Drew McIntyre.
There was a theory thrown out there where during the tag team match that Cody and Seth lose, and Seth is like beaten up, and then he cashes it in and beats Seth Rollins after the tag match, and then he takes Seth's belt, and then the following day it's Drew versus Damian Priest in the WWE in the match, because Seth is injured, and you don't want him to wrestle twice, right?
Yeah, so
So
that
you
you're
make
right.
him,
That takes some
that's
of the
a
pressure
theory.
off.
That's a theory been thrown out there. That's actually a cool theory if you actually care about Seth Rollins' health. To like making him wrestle back-to-back matches at WrestleMania when you know he's injured. What is it? I need to find out his injury, man. It's not a like little injury. It's a pretty severe injury.
Yeah, that's actually a great point, Travis. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
While he's looking that up, Suge, have you noticed a little bit of change in Ferris since like this past summer? Like he's almost
he's not as grumpy. He's not as grumpy.
Not as grumpy. It's almost like he's grown up a little bit. Probably even like embracing his manhood and stuff like that. You want me to tell you what happened?
What happened?
He gets off a plane in Tucson, right? And he's walking down the little thing with his camouflage jacket on, even though it's goddamn 100 degrees outside, because he don't care about sweat, right? So he's coming down there, walking down the thing. He comes face to face with Big Sausage right here. You know what I'm saying? Ham bone. And
I don't know if he wants to get. I don't know if he wants to do that.
He sees me. He sees me. He comes up and he grabs me in an embrace. And for the first time in his life, he touched a real man. And he realized what he has to live up to. And from that point on, he's became even a better man since then. Just want to let you know. That's the difference.
Yeah, it made me rethink about my life and how I'm actually doing good, because I'm doing way better than Justin.
Wow.
So it's a grade 2 MCL tear.
Oh wow, MCL's tore.
Yeah, and he partially tore his meniscus. So these aren't like these little injuries. Like he has major injuries in his knees. And wrestling, you need your knees, man. You need your knees. And honestly, that's why he hasn't been wrestling a lot these last couple months. He hasn't really wrestled. He's brawled. He's gotten beat up. He's gotten beat up more because getting beat up doesn't do a lot to your body. And you can't have this man wrestle 2 matches in 2 days. You just can't. You got him. He can't wrestle night 2 with Drew Mac. I'm sorry. He just can't
that makes absolute. Now you say that makes absolute sense.
That's a great. That's a great book by. It's a fantasy book by the fans. But honestly, man, it's a great book because you save Seth Rollins in a sense, because you can't have this man wrestle 2 matches in 2 days with a grade 2 MCL tear and a partially torn meniscus.
You kind of can though, because you can hide him in a tag match.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you can do that in the tag match. You can't have him do that in no singles match the next day.
Yeah,
you can't do that, man. You can't. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
No, you're 100%. Actually, that's a great point first, and I didn't even think about that. And you're right. I think that might be the booking. They lose bad enough that Damian Priest catches it in and takes the belt off on that for night 1. That's a huge surprise.
Hey, you listen here, French toast. I'm one of the smartest people you've ever met. Sorry.
What are you talking about?
What happened with French toast?
More like medium sausage at best. Ouch. That was hurtful. That was hurtful. All right. Well, I did not expect to go 2 hours. I was probably going to get out of here.
Yeah, my internet's really faltering. Nice. We got to wrap this up.
We're going to get out of here. Before we get out of here, though, Justin and Ferris, let the people know where they can find you and all your good content.
Well, you can find me and Justin on the Let's Get Ready Network. Justin has a show. We'll find us on the Let's Get Ready Network. You can find me on the Sports Channel every Friday, 3:00 Pacific, on our football show, American Football. We do Good Friends, Better Rivals. Me and Caleb do Giants Cowboys, as well as every Friday, 8:00 Pacific, The Open Table with me and Adelia. We're going on a little hiatus. We're going to come back next week with a new show, updating the show and how it's going to move forward. And just, a smattering of others. Every Thursday, the Rewatchers Council, me and Rob and Adelia, we do our Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch series. So
did you say Bucky?
I was going to say Bucky. I meant Buffy. My apologies. So, yeah, there's that. Justin, what about your shows?
Yeah, I do shorts and reviews on movies. Focusing a little more on horror right now, and then me and Brandy get together and do like a show. We do couples therapy where we take turns picking a movie and then making the other one watch it. Last week we did Barbie. Yeah, that's right.
Did you pick it, Justin?
She picked Barbie, so we had to watch Barbie.
So what do you
Yeah,
pick?
you're gonna make her watch 7? You're gonna make her watch...
I do think I was gonna base it on like if she wouldn't have picked a new movie like she did, I was gonna pick Godzilla -1. But I think we probably are gonna go down the road of 7, my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. I don't think you can watch -1 right now. I think.
No, you can watch it. I think it's streaming on like the Paramount, maybe.
Oh,
it
word?
was streaming on one of the services. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I got my ways. I got connections, man. I'll be able to get it no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You're talking a big sausage over here, bro. That pays big dividends.
I mean, we heard different. We heard medium sausage.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Like size could be, subjective. You know what I'm saying?
He's a grower, not a shower. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're gonna make her watch horror?
Nah, man, 7's not a horror movie.
It's a thriller.
It's a thriller, but it's not horror.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Late Night with the Devil. I'm going to be putting up a review for that one as well, and then I'm going to have the Godzilla versus Kong. And I just want to take, just in case, I know this ain't going to happen, but just in case, like the 1 in 500 billion million fucking odds that somebody from WB happens to be watching this show, and I'm going to look them right dead in their face right now. Stop with the fucking humans. Take them out of the Godzilla movies and shit, man, because y'all suck. Okay, y'all suck. That whole section sucked. Okay, all the Godzilla, all the King Kong shit in the movie was freaking pretty good. Like, I'd say go watch the movie if you like Godzilla and Kong because there was some cool stuff in there with them. But man, the human part of this story is the dumbest shit I've ever seen put together in my entire life. I mean, literally, me, you, Ferris, and Suge could go film some shit on an iPhone that could be the human parts of these Godzilla movies and it would do better. Like, literally. Like, we could come up with some shit better than they're doing. They put in.
Gonna watch The Monkey Man next week.
I've heard some people say some good stuff about that. But yeah, Late Night with the Devil was actually really good. It's actually a solid ass movie. It's horror, but it's not like extreme horror, but it's like a really pretty cool story, man. Especially to come out of the independent film stuff. That's right. I watch independent films now, Suge. You know what I'm saying? I watch the film festival darling sometimes.
There you go.
He's been referring to them as cinema.
When I be taking sips of drinks, even if it's from the Taco Bell, fucking pinky up.
Pinky up.
Are you moved up to the was it Criterion? What is
Criterion Collection people?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Bro, last week they tried to get me to like be like a sponsor or whatever, right? To start watching their movies. And I said, hell no, I'm not selling out. I'm too good for the Criterion Collection.
You're not a sellout, Justin?
No sellout over here. I ain't doing that shit.
That's right. We don't sell out.
I sold out. I sold out of Walmart, Kmart, Costco.
High class people. High class people drink like that with that pinky up.
Hey, Suge.
Yes, sir.
Pinky up. Pinky up.
Pinky up.
You want to see my pussy?
He's a lunatic. He's a lunatic, man. He hasn't changed one bit.
What happened to the dog?
Shit, that dog about tore my house up. You saw when his ass was attacking me and everything. Thing went crazy. One day when I was at I had to in the apartment, man, I just couldn't have him here, so he's at my mom's like running around out there where she lives.
I just remember the dog. Whoa! The only one he'll be seen. Somebody's on punishment. Somebody's on punishment. And of course, you can find me here, Suge Knight 323 on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Suge Knight 1323 on Twitch, where usually I'm playing Magic the Gathering, Fortnite, or whatever I feel like playing. Come hang out. Still Conspiracy will be back, but right now, due to softball for my daughter, we haven't been able to do anything. So I'll try to figure out what night I'll be able to stream that. but it will be back once the draft and season starts.
I mean, let's
for
be
the
honest,
NFL.
man. The Steelers ain't doing no good shows anyway. There ain't no reason to be like doing a fucking show about them.
I mean, they're gonna be good this year. They might
Hey,
win the
man.
division.
You Ferris and fucking Kayla about to just get together and y'all can just be like talk about the 3 loser teams. You know what I'm saying?
You're a Saints fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna join the show, or it would be the 4 losers, but y'all could just be called the 3 losers.
Oh god. Yep. So Still Conspiracy will be back. I'll let you know when that is. Make sure to come hang out tomorrow night. I guess I'll do a recap of night 1 and then tailgating for night 2, 1:30 on Sunday, and I'll be having a lot of guests on that one.
Hey, which one is it on the other show? Is it Brodney that's the big Ravens fan?
No, he's a Panthers fan.
Yeah, well, shit. Like, you can throw them 2 on there. That'd be rooting for the 6 shittiest damn football teams is out there, bro. Like, right
You're
there
a
all together.
Saints fan.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was including myself in there.
Okay. All right.
That's why I said 6.
Okay. Sorry.
We can all make bets on what team's going to be the less shitty. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably like the Ravens or the Cowboys.
Nah, the Cowboys is done, dude. They had their chance, man. It's over.
I think occasionally win 12 games. They just don't win nothing in the playoffs.
They had a window. They had a window of opportunity, and then they squandered it.
Yeah.
You know what their mistake was? Prescott. Come on, bro. Prescott, bro.
Hey, Justin, guess right.
A Mississippi State quarterback?
Justin, guess where I get to go on April 16th?
What's that?
Going to Star Wars night at Disneyland.
Nice. Where at?
My little system. Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He literally said Star Wars night at Disneyland.
I didn't catch the land part. So I was asking him what park he's going to, but he's going to Disneyland. What?
I ain't going to Florida.
Shit. Florida's way better.
Randy, I see that. I see that now.
Never been to Disneyland.
It's fun.
World's way better.
Disney. Well, yeah. Well, it depends. But I will. Yeah, I'm going to that with my sister. She bought tickets and she's taking me, so I'll be going to that on the 16th. So, but yeah, still Conspiracy will be back. We'll let you know new time, new date. Make sure to follow. I'll make sure to put LGR's information in the description. Make sure to follow them. Give them a like and a follow and all their great content. They do wonderful work. Appreciate everybody.
Are you? One last thing, man. Like, so you said Magic the Gathering. You still out there like hustling little kids like you used to?
I
still out there. You still out there mean mugging little kids like at the table and shit.
Mean mugging the shit out of them.
Bro, that's messed up.
I've been
holding back a vomit that you want to spray all over the table.
Yeah. Facts. No, I've been doing actually. I still play, but my good friend who runs tournaments online through Arena, I've been doing commentary for his channel. He has tournaments of about 150 people, and then does commentary. Does the tournaments on Sunday. So I've been doing commentary, do a top 8, cash prizing, and everything like that. So it's been real fun. I don't play as much because I'm just not good at reading. You know this, so. But I still love Magic. Will always love Magic. It's one of my favorite things to do. So. But yeah. Still doing that. But make sure to check out LGR stuff. Great stuff over there. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let us know what you think. Who do you got in the Final Four? And I guess since we started talking about wrestling, let us know who you got in these matches coming up for the Saturday and Sunday for WrestleMania. Once again, appreciate. He plays D&D and he plays
Hey, listen to me. Hey, Suge, let me tell you that. We can go ahead and be ready to wrap it up after this. Because yes, I do play D&D, but I also play double D's. You know what I'm saying, boss? Shit.
Plays D&D half-heartedly though. You don't
Everybody
even
have a good
dress. You
night.
don't even dress up.
Bro, you ain't got to dress up, man.
Now you got to dress up.
Listen, you're allowed to be nerdy, but you ain't got to be a dork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you're a dork, Justin. So fit the bill, dog.
You guys, everyone have a good night. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Talk to y'all later.